We reaffirm these values which have continued to define our regional community. As the peoples of the SADC region, let us celebrate and honor our visionary founding fathers by recommitting to our shared vision of an integrated, industrialized, prosperous, and peaceful SADC region. In the past year, we have witnessed remarkable achievements and faced head-on challenges that called for our joint efforts and greater collaboration. This is the hallmark of our community. In line with 44th SADC Summit theme, the duty before us is to realize an industrialized SADC. We must scale up our collective efforts to value add and beneficiate our natural resources.
President Mnangagwa also highlighted the key role women and youth play in industrialization, calling for their support.
Increase the trade in what we produce within our respective countries is critically important in our quest to accelerate regional integration. The youth, women, and our skilled human capital are key catalysts to unlocking sustainable development and industrialization of the region. As such, innovation and entrepreneurship among these demographic groups must be encouraged and deliberately promoted.
Skills development and robust education systems were also underlined as key in fostering an industrialized region. The 2025 SADC Day commemorations come at a time when President Mnangagwa is now handing over the regional bloc's chairmanship to President Andre Rajoelina of Madagascar. Josephine Mugio, CBC News.
Meanwhile, President Emmerson Mnangagwa has been hailed as a leader who gave the regional bloc SADC a new purpose of believing in its own people and resources to solve a myriad of challenges. Incoming SADC chairman Andre Rajoelina said the bloc is built on this bold foundation. Our chief correspondent Ruben Barwe gives us more.
The chairmanship of the Republic of Zimbabwe of the Southern Africa Development Community SADC ended in Antananarivo today, here at the Vato Conference Center in central Antananarivo, Madagascar. The chairman of the Southern Africa Development Community, Comrade Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, gave a bout-by-bout account of the year that was. He touched on agricultural production enhanced. He talked of industrialization. He talked of power development of power and utilities that enhance economic development. He said Zimbabwe is happy to pass on the baton to President Andre Rajoelina of Madagascar.
Our prosperity is inevitably tied to the success of our neighbors and to that of our region as a whole and the continent. Your Majesty, my dear Excellencies, our efforts towards the food and nutrition security and the development of our agro-based value chains have borne mixed results due to adverse climate events. We should not be deterred and instead scale up investment in innovative strategies for climate change adaptation mitigation and resilience. I applaud our incoming chairperson, His Excellency Rajolina, for the timely theme in the court, advancing industrialization, agricultural transformation, and energy transition for a resilient SADC, end of quote.
The President also touched on a number of issues, especially conflict zones like in the DRC, and saying bold moves were taken by the regional grouping to end these hostilities in Eastern Congo.
We have remained steadfast in our commitment to ensuring peace to the eastern parts of the DRC. We appointed 5 former heads of state to facilitate inclusive dialogue, build trust, and peace-building initiatives. We welcome the outcome of the joint SADC-EAC summit held earlier this week and the African-led peace process, which reinforced our philosophy of African solutions to African problems. Allow me to express gratitude to you, our brothers and sisters of SADC in Africa, for recently standing with Zimbabwe in our cause for the unconditional removal of the evil sanctions imposed on us. These are indeed a hindrance to the prosperity of the entire SADC region. Zimbabwe remains open and ready to engage and re-engage with all progressive members of the international community.
In accepting the chairmanship of SADC, Malagasy President Andre Rajolina said, I am happy to receive these instruments of power from President Emmerson Mnangagwa, who has done so well.
It is also with honor that I succeed His Excellency Mr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. In the leadership of our organization, we have been able to overcome important steps under his direction. I salute her his commitment without fail in managing crises, his firmness in defending our common interest, and his commitment to the values of regional solidarity. You have held the torch with rigor, and I commit myself to carrying it with favor and determination. This theme is not a simple slogan, it is a pact, a commitment. It is the starting point of a region that wants to write its destiny with its own hands and for its people. To promote industrialization means to produce and transform locally all that our populations need. It is also to reduce imports, innovate, build factories and regional value chains capable of creating decent and sustainable jobs.
He also spoke about food production.
A good father is the one who knows how to feed his family. A good president is he one who knows how to feed his people. And as the president of the SADC and the president of Madagascar, I will be and I want to be a good president for our people and our community.
Several other leaders spoke about the importance of this regional grouping, SADC. There was an inaugural speech by the presidents who just got elected. You are talking of your Duma Boko of Botswana, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah of Namibia, Navichrandra Ramgoolam of Mauritius, and also quite a number of other leaders spoke at their inaugural summit. So at the end of the day, SADC is getting stronger and stronger and taking a pan-Africanist look, as is seen here in Antananarivo, Madagascar. Ruben Barros, SABC News, Ivato Conference Center in Antananarivo.
Now back home, Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga has warned drug peddlers to stop illicit drug trafficking activities as the government intensifies its efforts to tackle drug and substance abuse, which is mostly affecting the youth.
A march from Machepisa Shopping Center in Highfield to New Highfield Roman Catholic Church marked the beginning of an anti-drug and substance abuse campaign which was hosted by the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Harare this Sunday. Vice President General retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga was the guest of honor. The campaign signified a renewed commitment by the government and the church to fight the scourge of drug and substance abuse, which is affecting the youth dividend.
Tadzidza kuti tinofana kusiya drugs so that ramangwana redu rinonaka.
Kana mukatanga zvema drugs, pfungwa hadzichakwanisi kufunga straight.
We are actually advocating for the establishment yema rehabs.
Program yanga yakatinakira kuti tiwo vanhu vanodokwairira mupfuma yedenga.
Drugs anokanganisa future yedu.
The collaboration between communities, government and the church will galvanize support for the campaign's goals of education, prevention and rehabilitation.
The government alone cannot win this fight. We need the church, families, schools, and young people themselves to rise with courage and conviction.
Today's event is in line with the dictates of the Zimbabwe and Substance Abuse Multi-Sectorial Action Plan 2024 to 2030, which was launched by His Excellency the President, Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, in the year 2024. The action plan has indeed provided us with a clear strategic roadmap towards a drug-free society.
Vice President Chiwenga issued a strong warning to drug peddlers.
Drug and substance abuse is not a distant problem. It is in our homes, our schools, our workplaces, and our streets. It robs us of productive citizens, breaks families, and undermines the foundations of our journey towards becoming an upper middle income society. To the drug suppliers and peddlers, you are destroying lives for profit. You deal in more than just drugs, you are killing. They are murderers. Avo murukutengesa zvinhu zvinouraya, zvinoparadza mhuri neupenyu. Aiwa, turikukupai yambiro yakakurisisa.
The campaign comes after Cabinet recently approved the National Drug and Substance Abuse Control and Enforcement Agency Bill, whose primary objective is to establish a specialized National Drug and Substance Abuse Control and Enforcement Agency. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
Innovative agricultural practices and community-led initiatives remain key enablers in ensuring rural development and agricultural resilience in arid parts of the country.
Mrs. Sarudai Mboweni of Joseph Village in Ward 1, Mwenezi District, has proven that it is possible to set up thriving agricultural hubs in the driest parts of the country. The farmer is now growing crops which include tomatoes, pepper, cabbage and onions in sandy soils once depleted with nutrients after embracing innovative agricultural practices that include mulching.
Zvatakaita takatanga kuona kuti vhredu ranga riri muchechi. Tikatanga kutsvaka murakwani mumakomo musi mutaenda chinotsvaka murakwani. Tabona tava nemvura murakwani tatoisa mabhedzi taisa ndipo ndatanga kuuya nembeu. ndokutanga kuita mbijana ndakatanga ne 300 cabbages chaidzo ikono takuita 5 and over 5,000.
Communal farmers in the area who are now replicating the project at their homesteads said climate resilient agriculture will enhance food security and allow them to diversify their crops.
Tiri pakudzidziswa zvinhu zvinogona kutiraramisa zvichienderana nenguva. Chirongwa chavuya munzvimbo inogara hatingakonewo kugamuchira.
Suwo secommunity tiri kutodzidzawo kuti tinofanirwawo kuti tikope izvozvo.
Apart from improving nutrition in the surrounding areas, the project has also created employment for youths.
Vakukwanisa kugadzira mabasa panapa panotoshanda panapa vakawanda asi zvaitwa nemunhu mumwe chete.
The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development, Professor Obed Jiri, who visited Joseph Village this Saturday, said such success stories of climate resilient farming demonstrate the potential for rural development and economic growth in the most challenging environments.
Rainfall here is less than 400 mils per year. The soils here are wasted. They are the waste of any soil you can find. Sandy soils depleted of any nutrients, but we see green here.
Meanwhile, the government has made significant progress in providing farmers in arid parts of the country with climate-resilient crop varieties, aiming to enhance agricultural productivity and food security in the face of climate change. Gay Matambo, ZBC News, Mwenezi.
Nyanga's unique offerings are cementing the tourism destination's popularity in Zimbabwe, with the Eastern Highlands' breathtaking natural attractions and growing list of activities expected to surge in tourism traffic from this year going forward.
With its cool climate, mountainous landscapes and deep historical roots, Nyanga remains one of Zimbabwe's top tourism destinations. Tourists have started to flock to attractions like Mtarazi Falls, which is Zimbabwe's highest waterfall, Nyangani Mountain, which is also the highest mountain in the country, offering an unforgettable experience for both local and international tourists.
The experience is absolutely fantastic. Going over the skywalk for the first time, when you're seeing that kind of thrill of adrenaline as you're looking down, you're looking around, seeing the scenery. It's a whole bunch of emotions.
This is Nyangombe Falls.
Before this place, we visited the Rhodes Museum, where we saw all the artifacts of Sisu John Rhodes, and I understand why he chose Manicaland.
You can't come to Nyanga and fail to enjoy the delicious trout fish. It's known that when you go to Nyanga, you know trout.
I'm enjoying here. I've seen that nature is so beautiful.
Nyanga Town Council has lined up a number of tourism promotion initiatives. This include a twinning program with the Musanze district in Rwanda.
Early this year, that's when we got to the signed agreement between the two parties, and the government has given us the go-ahead to now engage. The agreement, in a sense, is talking about obviously sharing of ideas. It's talking about sharing of how tourists who are visiting Musanze are also marketed to visit our Nyanga.
Manicaland Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Advocate Mishek Mugadza, who recently visited the Nyanga National Park, says the investments into the tourism sector ahead of the Sanganai, Sanganani, Kumbanai are encouraging.
This is a unique area for our country, the majestic Victoria Falls, but here we have our own mystic Eastern Highlands with the Nyanga Mountain over there, with the Mtarazi Falls, with its zipline and the tantalizing skywalk.
Here in the Eastern Highlands, Nyanga is proving to be one of Zimbabwe's exciting travel destinations. As Zimbabwe gears up to host the Sanganai, Sanganani, Kumbanai Tourism Expo this September, national and historical sites like Mtarazi Falls are expected to capture the hearts of many tourists. Kenya's Sivushe, ZBC News, Nyanga.
Public hospitals across all the country's 10 provinces have received another major boost following the latest nationwide donation of critical medical supplies, equipment and consumables from Health and Childcare Ambassador, First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa.
Health and Childcare Ambassador, First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, continues to strengthen the country's efforts to provide quality, affordable and accessible healthcare services to all, which saw her availing an assortment of medical supplies for use in the country's clinics and hospitals. The donations come a month after the hospitals received other medical supplies from the First Lady, signaling a sustained intervention aimed at revitalizing the country's health sector, a huge relief to public health institutions. Dr. Mnangagwa availed the consignment of vital medical consumables from international partners, a move meant to complement government efforts in improving the healthcare system. She recently received the equipment from her international partners in recognition of her philanthropic work and efforts to transform the lives of vulnerable members of the community. The consignment sourced through the Angel of Hope Foundation includes hospital equipment, medicines, protective clothing, surgical tools, and diagnostic kits meant to provide a timely boost to the country's public health sector. The initiative is also meant to boost the morale of medical staff who will receive protective clothing. The distribution of medical supplies saw 14 public hospitals from the country's provinces benefiting. The hospitals include United Bulawayo Hospitals, Wanda Provincial Hospital, Masvingo Provincial Hospital, Victoria Chitepo Provincial Hospital, Parirenyatwa Group of Hospitals, Mpilo Central Hospital, Chinoi Provincial Hospital, Chitungwiza Central Hospital, Gweru Provincial Hospital, Kwekwe General Hospital, Bindura Provincial Hospital, Victoria Falls Hospital, St. Luke's Hospital, and Marondera Provincial Hospital. The equipment will play a pivotal role in saving lives and improving health outcomes in both urban and rural hospitals. The donations have been well received by the hospitals, which expressed gratitude to the health ambassador for her efforts to improve healthcare services. Mr. Bazibi Nkomo said the donation will ensure patients have timely access to life-saving medical care.
Imelele iGwanda Hospital, i-United Bulawayo Hospitals, i-St. Luke's, le-Victoria Falls Hospital. Siyabonga umama lokho asenzele khona umama Mnangagwa ngemithi asinike yona. Lokhu asiphe khona kuzanceda ukuthi khona sikwanise ukuthi khona sisize izigulane esilazo in the Metropolitan region okwesikhathi eside esilandelayo ngoba lokho ade kudingeka kakhulu okasinike khona.
Masvingo Admin Officer Ms. Tekla Nyamande highlighted that the community will benefit immensely from the gesture.
It's not the first time to share Chibatsira is Masvingo Provincial Hospital. In Dagamira Masvingo Provincial Hospital, the admin officer, Dr. Mighty Maringawa with Zirenyasha, Nebasa Kurna on it, Province Masvingo.
Ms. Gladys Chiwutsi, the admin assistant at Victoria Chitepo Provincial Hospital, indicated that the equipment will greatly enhance the hospital's capacity to serve patients.
Ndokuvatenda zvikuru Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa Mwari avaitire zvakanaka. Tiri hospital hombe yeManicaland. Kune 7 madistricts anouya pahospital pedu, so tabatsirwa zvakanyanya.
Sister Fanny Chapman from Parirenyatwa Group of Hospitals was equally grateful.
Tiri kunzwa kufara kudzamirwa nezvavatiitira. Handizi kuti mufaro wangu ndinouratidza zvakadii asi tinoda kutenda.
Mr. Lawrence Mondiwa, who received the consignment of behalf of Mpilo Central Hospital, also applauded the gesture.
Mpilo Central Hospital, we are a training institution. Tinotraina manesi edu nemachirembo echidiki takabatana nenasti. Saka equipment yedu yatawana iyi ichatibatsira kuti pavanenge vachita basa ravo nekudzidza zvakanaka mastandards edu anenge akakwirira.
Not to be outdone is Ms. Tinotenda Shekavura from Marondera Provincial Hospital, who said the donation will strengthen several departments at their hospital.
As Marondera Provincial Hospital, we want to thank our Ambassador of Health, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, for the equipment that she has given us as an institution. It will help us in our day-to-day running of the hospital and us being effective as a hospital in managing each and every single patient.
The Angel of Hope Foundation is committed to supporting the most vulnerable in society through providing access to healthcare, social services, education, and economic empowerment initiatives. A hands-on person, Dr. Mnangagwa has embarked on medical outreach programs across the country, championing cancer screening programs and wellness initiatives. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Harare.
Families in Midlands have received life-changing mobility equipment from well-wishers as part of a vision to empower children with disabilities.
at Headlands Clinic. Parents were overjoyed as children with cerebral palsy used specialized equipment for the first time, liberating families from isolation and unlocking new independence. The equipment, which comprises wheelchairs and strollers for mobility, as well as corner seats to allow back support, was donated by the Panashe Nisi Children's Trust.
Make wakutena kushandira 6 years. Kubatsirwa kwandaitawo izvozvi akutochinja.
Kupa ane challenge yekuti mwana asingakwanisi kunge achigara. Akwanise kugara ega, mwana anogara akarara. Saka da kutenda zvikuru neuchiya ndapiwa. Ndakukwanisa kunge ndichifamba naye.
Clinic head Sister Linda Tinoda emphasized how the donation bridges critical gaps in rural healthcare infrastructure.
Andoda kutenda Panashe Children Trust Fund yatibatsira zvakanyanyisa pakuti isusu of course tine mishonga tine but we don't have my equipment avauya nawo.
For Trust founder Panashe Sakutukwa, whose father's London to Harare convoy inspired the initiative, this moment crowned years of advocacy.
Well, I feel so blessed and grateful to see the children getting the help that they need to be able to walk and live their life. It's so rewarding to see my dream and my vision come to life, providing them with frames, wheelchairs, corner seats, and just to watch their mothers too be so grateful and so blessed by this is the most amazing feeling.
The initiative seeks to complement collective efforts in support of Vision 2030's mantra of leaving no one and no place behind. Farai Gwaze, ZBC News.
Health workers in Harare province have started receiving funding under the $200,000 United States Health Ambassadors for ED revolving fund, with beneficiaries optimistic the funds will boost their various entrepreneurial ventures.
This Saturday marked the commencement of the disbursement process of the revolving fund, with the health workers who were handed the money appreciative of government's stance of empowering them.
I'm very happy. I feel empowered. So I'm looking forward to ma gaps atanga tinawo pa ma earnings atinowana kubasa kwedu are now being complemented.
Zvichandibatsira kuti ndichachengeta mhuri yangu zvakanaka. Anobazwe kufara anditozivi kuti mufaro wacho ndingatomboita ndiri kutoita wacho ungatosvike kupi.
Panchanotangira hangu pakushoma shoma ndodzi ndichahodha ndototangira ipapo. The
health ambassadors for ED leadership encouraged beneficiaries to put the funds into good use.
To celebrate tichidisburse mari ye-empowerment funds yakabva kuna president vedu vaMnangagwa. This fund is a revolving fund so that vasina kupinda wapo next batch.
The revolving fund is a significant stride in fostering entrepreneurship and innovation at the grassroots level, directly supporting Vision 2030 for an upper middle income society. Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Harare.
In this fast-paced world where relations are slowly becoming distant and subsequent loss of cultural integrity is the order of the day, religious leaders have added their voice in finding a lasting solution to societal ills.
Mwana anouraya baba, baba vanouraya mwana. Iye zvino pane mwana kumasendi wekuma old office kwedu. Kune mwana akazvisungirira ari grade 7. Shaya kuti zvaita sei?
Vana vechidiki vazhinji vari kupenga nenhau yemadrugs nevasikana vazhinji vamwe vakutongoita izvozvo kana adaro akupinda mumatouchline.
Vamwe vana vari kuita involved musatanism mucommunity even kuchikoro kwacho zvinotoveko futi.
Kunonge social media yakukonzeresa uye vana vari kupanana pressure.
These are the sad realities that have ignited conversations around tackling societal ills among various religious sects.
Duty yedu isu sema preachers tinofana kunge tichiparidza shoko, tinofana kunge tichienda titomboita even nyaya evangelism tichitaura pamusoro pokuipa kwemadrugs, kwekuipa pamusoro pechild abuse, yekuti mwana anenge ane chiono chakanaka kuti akanganisirwa upenyu hwake nhasi.
Saka isusu solution yedu has the Supreme Council
ndiye kubatana nehurumende toda kuvaka state of art rehab yokuti mumanje tinoita kumudzidzisa farming nemaskills akasiyana siyana.
Isu sekereke tiri pano tinawo maprojects atatanga. Tine nhau yatatanga yekuchengeta fish. Tine mafish ponds ari pano ari kuchengetwa nemayouth. Uriwo muono wenyika kuti vana ava tovabvisa sei, touraya sei nyaya yekudhakwa kwevana, vana vaparara nekushaya zivo.
Vabereki vanofanira kuti vacherechedze shamwari dzinotamba nevana vavo. Kana vachinge vacherechedza shamwari dzinotamba nevana vavo, ichocho ndo chinhu chokutanga chinoita kuti vakasike kuona zviri kuitwa nemwana.
The religious community continues to support government efforts in spurring national development and address societal challenges through various means. Festus Mkungurutse, ZBC News, Harare.
And with that story, we cross over to our Montrose studios, where Siwukele Maposa is on standby to give us part of the bulletin. Good evening to you, Sibu.
Thank you very much, Tari, and good evening to you too. Well, we now carry on with the news. The need for businesses to form meaningful synergies and contribute to the country's development was the rallying point as government commissioned this year's Midlands Business Exhibition held in Gweru this Saturday. Let's get the details.
The Midlands Business Exhibition, which is celebrating 100 years of existence, has been officially opened amid indications that most exhibitors had taken up their spaces to explore some business opportunities at their disposal. Midlands Secretary for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Dr. Edgar Seyenza, was standing in for Midlands Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Oemwe, said the platform is critical in opening up opportunities for business.
This event confirms the positive impact of Zimbabwe's Empowering Land Reform Program and exhibits the Second Republic's agriculture transformation roadmap as we gravitate towards the attainment of a prosperous and empowered upper middle income society earlier than 2030.
Zvakakoshera kuvarimi kuti kudzidza chaiko, kudzidza just like inini overall winner kwese kwandataura but pane zvimwe zvandatodzidzawo.
This event is important because it gives farmers to exchange ideas, exchange germplasm and to learn from each other.
Ndinowa manyukunyuku, ndinowa kufara kurecognizewa ne-agricultural show ye-2025 ye-Midlands. Vachivonavo basa rinobahwa ne-Public Service Commission munharaunda yavo.
This year's Midlands Business Exhibition has seen an increase in the number of exhibitors from 143 last year to 400 this year. Tafara Chikumira, ZBC News, Gweru.
Gogo Esther Mkujini, a beloved matriarch, celebrated a century of life this Saturday, surrounded by her loving family and friends, a tribute to a life of rich experiences and profound wisdom. Let's hear more.
Reaching a century of life is a milestone few ever see, and for Gogo Esther, who turned 100 this Saturday, surrounded by generations of family and friends who sang, laughed and wept in celebration of her life. It was a time that brought joy and reflection on the Centenarian's legacy. Yet beneath the cheerful hymns and laughter lingers the reality of old age, its frailty, its silence, and for Gogo the shadow of dementia. Despite that, Gogo still carries herself with a striking dignity. In a tender moment during our chat, the former primary school teacher broke into song, her voice soft but unwavering, as she sang some of her favorite church hymns with the glow in her eyes that speaks of another time.
Yesu wena uindlela soyanga wekubangawelu wanga ungasikhokhela.
Despite the challenges, the family has chosen to celebrate every fragment of memory, every song, every story that surfaces in a moment of lucidity.
It is a blessing uhlala lo muntu omdala ochaya 100 years. Akujwayelekanga these days, we die at a very early age.
Sikhulele ezandleni zakhe emehlweni akhe, ube ngumuntu okhaliphileyo, ube ngumbalisi fundisa ukupheka konke lokuthunga.
The grandchildren and great-grandchildren also reflected on their relationship with Gogo Esther.
What has taught me is that, the stages of life. And the stages of life, everyone goes through this, right? But even if you go through, you just have to enjoy it and take it into nature.
It's an unexplainable feeling. And I think with everyone that came and celebrated with us, it's amazing. We are just in a very good space with her.
They say old age comes with wisdom. However, dementia, often misunderstood, is part of that journey. As Zimbabwe's population ages, Gogo Esther's story is a reminder of the importance of awareness, compassion, and patience. Hiland Moy, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
Well, you have celebrated Gogo happy birthday once again, and now we move on to a ruling party story where the ruling party, ZANU-PF, is fulfilling its promises to support youth across the country in Masvingo, where youths have become the latest beneficiaries of the empowerment scheme. Let's get the details.
In a move meant to bolster agricultural productivity, 5 tractors were handed over to youths across Masvingo province this Saturday at a ZANU-PF inter-district meeting held at Masvingo Polytechnic College. Beneficiaries of the program noted that the lives of young people are being transformed thanks to the Second Republic's focused empowerment initiatives.
Zvinofadza vechidiki nokuti tawana chokuita uyezve kana wane chokuita auchisina nguva nemutoriro.
Baba vamunangagwa vari kuti mayouth, let's venture into agribusiness projects. Ndosaka vatipa matractors kuti tigone kuita mechanize.
Meanwhile, the Masvingo ZANU-PF provincial leadership say they have started mobilizing resources to enable them to attend the party's annual people's conference set for Mutare.
Tatine chinangwa chekuti every district ripe resolution avanofunga kuti hurumende nomusangano vange vachiita kuti nyika yedu inge ichiachiva vision 2030. Semasvingo district vanyanya kubata chirongwa cheresolution number 1 chekuti president vedu vamunangagwa varambe vachititungamirira kusvika mugore ra2030.
Ataenda kose tangohwa vachitaura nyaya imwe varingotivo nokugona kuriitwa napresident baba vamunangagwa kudevelopment. Vane shuviro huru yavataura vana vamasvingo kuti president vamunangagwa ngavamboramba vachitonga kusvika 2030 zvichidarika.
The ZANU-PF annual people's conference is set to take place from the 13th to the 18th of October at Mutare Polytechnic College in Manicaland province. Geima Tambo, ZBC News, Masvingo.
Women have been called upon to be accountable with the funds they are receiving under the Presidential Empowerment Fund in order to benefit and fully contribute to their communities.
Gokwe North Women Affiliate Organizations met with the ZANU-PF National Women's League leadership this Friday at Nambudzia Growth Point, with the affiliates applauding the government for availing the Presidential Empowerment Fund.
Tinema project atiri kupiwa akawanda atiri kuita anobatika mari dzema project mbudzi dzatiri kupiwa.
Toda kutendawo hurumende yedu, totendawo president wedu vamunangagwa nekutsigira kwavari kutiita, especially isusu semadzimai.
Izvezvi takabva kumberengwa tikanopiwa revolving fund yapresident vedu. Izvezvi tiri kucrossa mabhodha, tatambura nokukrossa mabhodha tichienda tichidzoka.
Tatiri vanhu vanga vachitarisirwa pasi zvakanyanyisa, vana vedu vachitambura vachidzingwa zvikoro vachishayiwa chokudya. Asi kubva zvatakadzidza zvemukando vana vedu havachatamburi.
Gokwe Nembudzia, Member of Parliament in the National Assembly, Comrade Flora Buka, spoke on the development of communities.
Kubva zvatapiwa independence na president wedu vamunangagwa, growth point yedu inonzi Nembudzia yatanga kukura nekuda kwemigwagwa iri kugadzigwa, magetsi ari kuuya munzvimbo, mvura iri kugadzigwa munzvimbo. Saka madzimai anenge aita maprojects awo kumawadzi vanozogona kuuya pagrowth point wotengesa.
ZANU-PF National Women's League Political Commissar, Comrade May Bimboa, emphasized on the need for the Empowerment Fund beneficiaries to be accountable.
Tiri kuda mabandiko ane vanhukadzi akanyanya pama affiliates edu. Chatinoda kumadzidzisa ndechekuti aiwa mari dzadzidzi dzekutambisa, because munhukadzi unenge waentrustwa kuti ugochengeta mhuri, ugobhadhara vana mafees, ugosimudza nyika, because once you have empowered a woman, you have empowered a household. And at the last, you have empowered the whole nation.
Affiliates who attended the meeting includes Young Women for ED, Cross Borders for ED, Vendors for ED, and Women in Business. The Presidential Empowerment Fund is one of the key enablers to unlock development in marginalized communities. Tafads Gwachkwedere, ZBC News, Gokwe.
Well, that'll be all from the Montrose News Desk. I am Sibigela Maposta. The main news will now take a break, returning with more news from our Pocket Hill studios. Don't go away.
Munotambira nhoye pamusoro inokumbira onzeve timbotaura announcement eunde kumbanai pande tose makomoyo tourism expo everybody let's go teni kusvika 12 September save the date to remember it's happening for the first time in Midlands. Sanganai kumbanai come along, tourism expo.
From the 10th to the 12th of September at Mutare Sports Club. Come and exhibit your business. Register now. Email ncb@ztazim.co.zw. Call 8677005940 and visit www.zimbabwetourism.net/Sanganai. Experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
Women of faith, it's time to come together. The Anglican Mothers Union of Zimbabwe invites you to the AMUS 2025 conference from the 21st to the 24th of August at St. Patrick's Mission, Chundura, in the Diocese of Central Zimbabwe, under the theme, Standing Firm in Uncertain Times. Come be refreshed, be strengthened, and walk boldly in faith. Mukristu usanete, namata urinde.
Welcome back. You're watching Sunday Edition. Thank you so much for staying with us. August is a month that carries varied meanings for Zimbabweans, with both the traditional and Christian communities attaching deep cultural and spiritual significance to it, while for others, it's just another month. In All This and That feature, our Masvingo Bureau Chief, Messi Martina, takes a look at the myths and beliefs around the month of August.
Known as Nyamavuvu in Shona, the month of August continues to attract mixed feelings among the people of Zimbabwe. Some believe it carries deep cultural and spiritual significance, while others view it as just another month on the calendar with no special meaning attached to it.
And in August is just a month like any other month. Apana chinoshanduka.
Ndonguva yekubatana kuti inguva yeholiday vana vesikoro vana vachidi varipo isu vabereki tiripo tichikona kuonesanawo nemhuri nechi
Nyamavuvu mwedzi une mhepo yakakurisa unosumudza mhepo dzakasiyana siyana maaccident kupondana kwavanhu.
However, the month of August holds a special place in both the Christian and traditional communities of Zimbabwe. In the Christian calendar, August is a season of revival gatherings.
Mwedzi wa August ndio wakasununguka vanhu vazhinji nokuda kwokuti havachengete zvipfuwo havaendi kuminda, saka ndio mwedzi unopfuura mberi uchiita mapoka edu misangano.
For some, August is regarded as a sacred month marked by cultural gatherings, believed to strengthen the bond between the living and the departed, as explained by Vama Moyo, a traditionalist under the Mugabe chieftainship.
Mwedzi wa Nyamavuvu ndio unotikoshera muchikaranga chedu kuungana kana kugara kweboka kana dare romusha kuronga zvomusha mwezi wa August wanyamavuvu. Imwe mwezi ndi hayo nekutoita kuti tobvapo totogadzira muzvirimwa zvedu tichaita setichadini tatopedza uko tenda muzvimwe.
For some apostolic sects, August is also considered a sacred month, but one associated with misfortunes, prompting many to turn to prayer for protection.
Esisto tichiti kana vanhu vakaenda kumakuva uku kuvakafa kufanirwa kungoendwa kana kuchinge kwaendwa vamwe vanoita zvisina kumira zvakanaka ikoko zvinosumudzira vamwe mhepo dzisina kumira zvakanaka. Saka isi tinonge takunamata tichikumbira kuchengetwa kwevanonamata.
Whether viewed as a sacred season or an ordinary month, August remains a period that showcases Zimbabwe's diversity of beliefs. Ms. Matina, ZBC News, Masvingo.
The robotics team at Chirezi Government High School has come up with an online gate pass system as the nation continues with the promotion of a culture of innovation through the heritage-based education 5.0 model. In our S&T feature tonight, our reporter Gay Matambo takes us through how the system works.
The online gate pass system is set to complement the traditional register used by teachers to monitor students' attendance. The system enables students and staff members to check in and out of the school premises using an identification card which is scanned on the quick response scanner.
We have developed an online gate pass system which manages the check-in and check-out of students within our school premises. The system is going to be used by visitors, students and staff members.
Right here we have the total number of students currently registered. Here we have the total number of staff members currently registered. Here we have the total numbers of visitors currently visited our school. Right. If you want to add students, you click this section. Right. You enter the information for a student on this field and you click Save Student. Right. If you want to search a student, right, here we have the information for a student called Notando Chauke. If you want to update these two columns, you first enter the password.
The system, which boasts of real-time capabilities, was created using a number of computer softwares, which include the hypertext markup language, which allows developers to structure and format content.
We developed this system for the front end using hypertext markup language, which is often known as HTML in computer science, and the cascading style sheet. For the back end, we use the JavaScript and the PHP in order to handle database operation, authentication and request processing.
Meanwhile, the heritage-based education 5.0 model has been hailed for creating an ecosystem that promotes research, knowledge sharing and innovation.
As we see, we are living in the digital world. So I urge all the schools to embrace ICT. They need to integrate learning with the ICT.
The Chirezi Government High School robotics team has come up with a number of innovations, including a plant disease detector, among several other inventions. Gay Matambo, ZBC News, Chirezi.
Our Science and Tech feature takes us to another break on Sunday edition. When we return, it will be time for Sports Buzz. To stay with us.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
SARS 2025 is here. From the 25th to the 30th of August, Zimbabwe's premier agricultural show celebrates innovation, growth, and opportunity in agriculture and its supporting industries. Be part part of the movement that drives national development. Take advantage of ZBC's exclusive advertising and marketing specials during ZAS Week and let your brand be heard and seen across the nation. With ZBC's powerful TV, radio, and digital platforms, your message will reach the heart of Zimbabwe. Contact ZBC Marketing today on email marketing@zbc.co.zw.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We now give you the latest in the world of sport. Dynamos maintained their winning streak with a convincing 3-0 victory over Kwekwe United in a Castle Lager Premier Soccer League Matchday 25 encounter at Ascot Stadium this Sunday.
The Glamour Boys got off to a flying start with the Jairus Kasondo scoring the fastest score of the season in just 3 minutes. Wisdom Mutasa doubled the lead in the 19th minute, giving Dynamos a comfortable 2-0 halftime lead. Ramson Chingwara sealed the win with the third goal over fellow relegation stragglers Kwekwe United. The victory marks their 4th consecutive win following successes against Moors and 2 wins in the Chibuku Super Cup under coach Kelvin Kayindu. In other matches, Highlanders suffered a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Tel 1. Caps United also lost 2-1 to Yata, and FC Platinum registered their 2nd defeat of the season, losing 2-0 to Triangle United. Anna Shemrombezi, ZBC News, Harare.
The Zimbabwe women's under-21 hockey team is riding high after qualifying for the FIH Hockey Women's Junior World Cup in Santiago, Chile in December.
Under the guidance of coach Brett Hoare, the team is solidifying their preparations for the global stage, marking his 2nd consecutive qualification.
It means a lot to Zimbabwe hockey and obviously Zimbabwe as a whole. There's been some incredible results and achievements recently, namely by the Zimbabwe Sables qualifying for the Rugby World Cup. And yeah, we're glad that we could also add to that list.
The team qualified for the World Cup after a dominant 7-0 win over Kenya in the qualifiers held in Namibia. To prepare for the tournament, they are holding training camps every month. However, despite their success on the field, the team is facing financial burdens and is calling for support to ensure they can perform at their best.
It is difficult having players overseas. We obviously don't get the amount of time that we would like as a team. So that makes it quite difficult for us. And another difficulty for us at the moment is a massive financial burden that we have.
Zimbabwe has been drawn in Pool B of the global showpiece alongside 2023 runners-up Argentina, Belgium and Wales. The tournament will feature 24 teams for the first time and will be held from the 1st to the 18th of December. South Africa and Namibia are the other African sides competing in the global showcase, with the Netherlands looking to defend their title. Anna Shemrombezi, ZBC News, Harare.
Sports administrators drawn from across the country were educated in sports law at the 3-day winter camp that was organized by the Sports Leaders Institute of Zimbabwe in Gweru.
Previous winter camps organized by the Sport Leaders Institute of Zimbabwe SLEAZ have focused more on event management. This year's camp, we have seen experts from different fields coming in to take the participants in different subjects. The just ended winter camp in Gweru was no different as participants were equipped on the interrelationship between sport and the law.
What is sports law for starters? Because I think people take it for granted. I want people to realize from an early stage the connection between sports and their rights.
Administrators held the winter camp for opening a networking platform, which have seen them tapping from experts within the sports fraternity.
These are the nutrition that we give to our athletes should be adequate in terms of field pavanotamba.
abadlali ibhora abagijima bebekhangelelwa phansi vele labazali labakhokheli bezikole bebengakunanzelela ukuthi ama-sports aqakathekile okungalingana lezifundo
akakhosha zvakanyanya noda ukuthi
In its journey to capacitate sports leaders, SLEES prides itself in transforming the administration of sport in the country starting at school level.
Just looking at continuous education development programs for our sports leaders in various institutions from universities, colleges and schools. And we want them to work with international best practices as far as sports management is concerned.
The Sports Leaders Institute of Zimbabwe has been working closely with physical education teachers from tertiary institutions, something which has seen an improvement in administration of sport. Mthokozi Stube, ZBC News, Gweru.
Zimbabwe and China marked a significant milestone this Saturday, commemorating the 45th anniversary of their diplomatic relations with a heartwarming friendship basketball match in Harare.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This timeless adage resonates deeply in the context of Zimbabwe's enduring friendship with China, a partnership that has traversed decades and continents, fostering growth, cooperation, and mutual understanding. This sentiment was beautifully exemplified as the two nations came together to celebrate 45 years of diplomatic relations.
We want our Zimbabwe friends and Chinese friends to know that our comprehensive strategic partnership extend beyond political solidarity, economic cooperation. It's also about a dynamic and robust cultural, educational and sports exchange.
The Deputy Minister of Local Government in attendance highlighted the significance of these celebrations.
It's a relationship that has been strong for a number of decades, dating back to the liberation struggle. So this is just a recognition of that relationship, a celebration of that relationship.
The Embassy of China, in collaboration with the Better Basketball Zimbabwe, organized this event as part of the cultural exchange programs. The initiative also aims to provide a platform for local basketball players to showcase their talent, potentially opening doors for future collaborations and opportunities. The highlight of the event was a mouth-watering clash between Zimbabwe and China, with the hosts emerging victorious and lifting the friendship trophy. The match was a catalyst for lasting partnership, demonstrating the power of sports in bringing nations together and foster goodwill. Anna Shemrombedzi, ZBC News, Harare.
In the annals of Zimbabwe's history, songs and war cries have played a pivotal role in mobilizing the masses, fostering unity and projecting strength. Even nowadays, war cries still play a pivotal role, especially in sport.
When the sound resonates, victory is within reach. Setting a target is one thing, but the psychological impact, morale boost, and inspiration to achieve the goal are what truly matters. In the heat of battle, instilling fear in the enemy can be a decisive factor. The voice through song and war cries becomes a potent strategy. Teams, fighters, and supporters march, jump, and run to the rhythm, fueled by the energy of collective chanting. The senior rugby team, the Sables, recently returned home to a royal welcome after qualifying for the 2027 Rugby World Cup, ending a 3-decade drought. The Warriors, Zimbabwe's football team, also harnessed the power of song to build momentum before crucial matches. Local cricket games, Castle Corner is abuzz with spectators singing lively songs that electrify the players. Whether it's Dynamos at Rufaro Stadium or Highlanders at Barberfields, the atmosphere is always charged with anticipation. Songs and war cries are more than just a noise. They are a powerful tool to rally support, express defiance, and project strength. The drums roar, trumpets sound, and hands clap unison, creating an intimidating atmosphere that bolsters the fighters' resolve. Chanting war cries during battles and engagements fostered a sense of unity and camaraderie among freedom fighters. It reinforced their collective identity and purpose, reminding them of their shared goal to fight for their freedom. During the liberation struggle, Pongwe's nighttime gatherings played a crucial role in educating the masses about the war's objectives, the liberation movement structure, and the importance of collective action. These gatherings provided a sense of community and psychological support, allowing people to express their fears and find solace in shared resolve. Pongwes also serve as a platform for cultural performances, infusing revolutionary themes and messages into songs, dances, and storytelling. When Ian Smith's regime banned gatherings with the Law and Order Maintenance Act of 1960, freedom fighters adopted using sport as a covert platform to uplift the Chimurenga spirit. Behind the guise of supporting the team, they continue to chant war cries, fueling their resistance movement. As the nation commemorates its heroes, the power of music and war cries serves as a poignant reminder of the determination and unity that defines the liberation struggle. Anna Shemrombedzi, ZBC News, Harare.
And that's a wrap-up Sports Buzz for tonight. We move on straight to our showbiz, where South African amapiano star Imo thrilled Harare fans, while local artists honored the late legend Sex Manatsa's timeless legacy through tribute performances over the weekend.
Fresh off surpassing 1 million monthly Spotify listeners, South African vocalist Imo electrified fans at the Motor Action Sports Club in Harare this Saturday. Still in Harare, Sherwood Golf Club echoed with Sex Manatsa's revolutionary anthems this Saturday, marking the 3rd anniversary of his passing. Farai Gwaze, ZBC News.
The weather report.
Hello, welcome. Let's take a look at the weather. Morning clouds affected districts such as Chirezi, Chipinge, Zaka, as well as Beitbridge due to the cool, moist air that infiltrated the country from the southeast, while the rest of the country enjoyed clear and cold conditions. Now, as the day progressed, it became warm across much parts of the country, with scattered clouds over the southern and eastern parts of the country before temperatures dropped again towards the evening, returning to chilly conditions. Now, these cloudy conditions are expected as well tomorrow to affect the south and eastern parts of the country, with areas such as Chirezi, Beitbridge, Gwanda, Masvingo, as well as Nyanga area there, as well as Chipinge, with chances of light showers in places, while the rest of the country should be clear with cold conditions in the morning, coming warm by the afternoon. Now tonight, we're expecting cold overnight conditions over the southern parts of the country, with cooler conditions over areas along and around the Zambezi Valley. Tomorrow, it will be generally warm over the northern half of the country, with temperatures slightly lower over the southern parts due to the cool, moist air from the southeast. Cloud conditions should affect much south, Masvingo, as well as Manicaland provinces. Now, as we move on, Bulawayo is forecast to be cold at first, becoming warm by the afternoon throughout the forecast period. Same applies for Matopos. Very cold conditions in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Gwanda cold as well at first, becoming warm as the day progresses. And where we should expect also cold conditions in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon with light winds here and there. Masvingo, cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon with light winds timing again. Nyanga, very cold in the morning with mild conditions during the afternoons. Marondera, cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon with freshening winds from timing again. Harare should be cold as well in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon and temperatures dropping again towards the evening. Kwekwe, cold in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon throughout the forecast period. Same applies for Kadoma. Cold conditions at first, becoming warm as the day progresses. Chinoi, cool in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. Victoria Falls, Cool morning conditions are expected throughout the focus period. Lupani, warm afternoons throughout the focus period. Bindura Cold becoming warm by the afternoon. Karibaku at first becoming warm as the day progresses throughout the focus period. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening, Zimbabwe.
The weather report and forecast bringing to a close tonight's edition of Sunday Edition. From us and the crew behind the scenes, it's pleasant viewing and good night.
Good night.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.